Atom Bomb Baby presents the Atom Bombcast.
Live from the Solid State Drive is the Atom Bombcast. It's our first episode, guys. Welcome to the Atom Bombcast.
What's going on?
Aloha.
I'm Weekend Tacos. I'm our local graphic designer, marketing guy, and Taco Bell connoisseur. Anyone else want to introduce themselves before we get into this conversation?
We could just go in order. You're up in the top right.
Don't matter. Snick, who are you?
Hi, I'm
Bottom
Snickle
left,
Fritz,
but okay.
and
me.
I'm long overdue for a haircut and a beard trim.
Yes, that's
Rude. I am Echo. I am Max. I am fuck Stick McGillicuddy from the Cyberpunk Red and Taman Hirakan.
beautiful.
I'm Ringmaster 826. I'm one of the DMs for a few of the tabletop games that we play, and half the time I have an anger problem.
Speaking of,
Half the time.
we've got like three games.
Yeah.
We've got Cyberpunk Red. We've got D&D, Dimwits, and what is it? Dimwits and
Dimwits
Dipshits.
and dipshits. Yep.
And we've got the Fallout Roads of the West. We've got like 3 tabletops going, and all of them are in production to be uploaded to the channel one day. Don't know when that will
And
be.
eagerly awaited to be returning to.
One day, right?
I don't know. I think the D&D is going pretty good so far.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying
liking it.
playing a Dragonborn. That's for sure.
Most so. But,
Yeah, I just
I
hope
do
I
need
don't
to get
die
back into being
for the next
the
2 sessions.
mercenary.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, today we're going to be talking about this Fallout show. I think everyone and their mom has wanted a Fallout show since whenever the first when Fallout 3 came out. Everyone's been fantasizing about this thing, so it's awesome to see that we're finally getting a decent.
I'd say New Vegas. I mean, honestly,
Yeah, that's
Fallout
what-
3 was critically acclaimed, but it didn't get as much traction as it did in New Vegas.
Yeah, I think everyone's wanted to see it in the West, and it looks like we're finally going to get it.
Didn't necessarily want it from fucking Amazon, but
Yeah. Yo, at least it's not Netflix.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Once again, Rings of Power.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
the
have
first thing that comes to my mind every single
Netflix.
time. But also, Man of High Castle.
Yeah.
So
Well, Netflix
I don't know, 'cause that was
got
good.
Edge Runners, which was really good. I mean, they've got about a 50-50 track record right now. I mean, Stranger Things, that type of stuff. Like, it's pretty decent. And then you've got Amazon, which name something great on Amazon. The only thing that comes to mind is Rings of Power, and it's not great. It's horrible.
I never saw the whole thing. Snick saw it, I think.
I couldn't make it through it. Like,
That's
Yeah,
the general
I'm
synopsis I've
actually-
understood.
I'm actually rewatching it now to see to remind myself how bad it was. You know, because I watched it through when it was like releasing like every week. But yeah, the more you watch it, the worse it gets. Usually it's the opposite. It's like you rewatch it. Oh, so, okay, this wasn't too bad. No. It
so,
doesn't get
okay,
better.
instead of saying we're worried about it because it's on Amazon, let's say, thank God it's not on Paramount, or we'd have a Halo TV show.
True.
I think I'm like the
Yeah,
one
anyway
guy
you
who's
go.
actually stoked for the Knuckles show because they did great with the first 2 Sonic movies, honestly.
Yeah. Well, Idris
Yeah.
Elba's not going to be doing the voice of him during the show, so
Oh, really?
I think it's going to have that uncanny effect. Yeah, like, how much are they going to have to pay him for a show?
Right. I've only seen him in a handful of things, but y'all know me. I'm not the movie buff over here.
Yeah.
Clearly.
All right, let's watch this
I
trailer.
think we
real
can all
quick.
agree, no matter where it comes, whenever it comes from, it's gonna have. Well, we all have our worries.
Let's get in this trailer real
Anyway.
quick.
Okay.
We're going to probably have to cut a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Hello there. I'm here to show
I'll
you
leave it in.
a wonderful place. A veritable
Do we not get audio on our end?
No,
Or
you don't, unfortunately.
Not made by God Almighty, but the working man.
Here's another thing that we didn't put on the notes. Bryan Cranston, not Bryan Cranston, fucking Bruce Campbell. Probably gonna be like Bryan Cranston and Godzilla. Probably gonna get snipped in the first fucking episode, so we won't get to see him afterwards. But
True.
Oh yeah, he's probably not going to be in the series for very much. It's going to be like a beginning cameo and then die somewhere in it.
Yeah.
See, here's my thing here.
I'd say within the
Back-
first
back that up.
episode.
Yep. I was
Back
about
that
to
up
do
just
that.
a little bit. Okay, you see how that sign says Shady Sands?
Right.
Yeah.
That is gonna be the part that I'm worried about the most. Is they have an established lore in Fallout 1 and 2. That's the birthplace of the NCR, and it looks like a shithole.
Well, this is spurring one question that one question I think I already have the answer to is when is this set? I'm thinking it's post every game we've had so far because this looks like it looks like that might be after, because that town was supposed to be set as an NCR town by like Fallout 2, but that looks like a shithole now. Is that saying that's like a crater near Shady Sands, or is that saying this is afterwards? This is after that NCR town has been fucked. Like this is post everything, because that woman in the shop, the one as we see it,
war stuff, which they said they're gonna have post-war stuff, but at the same time, they've also stated that this takes place after Fallout 4. So where is that image coming?
Because something about it too is we could be looking at a different time frame. Like you know how they do trailers and stuff. They give little snippets. That just might be a scene from a flashback. You know, it might not actually be a main scene or part of the show itself.
That does look like a lot of flashbacks in this.
Because I mean, they even showed like the nukes going off, and I mean, we haven't got to that part yet. But
but like go back to the
running
image
for cover.
Bring that image back up for the Shady Sands portion.
Well, if I mute my physical mic.
Yes.
So here's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's why I do not think that this is going to be like a flashback, unless it's like kind of a flashback in the Fallout 1 timeline. It's got to be current day, because look at the vehicles, look how rusted out they are. There's foliage that started to regrow. Every bit of that shit would have been incinerated if it's like, this is what happened right after the bomb. None of that shit would have been there or looked that way. Yeah. That traffic cone would be melted.
Yeah, but every Fallout game's kind of played on the whole like it didn't happen yesterday aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It happened 200 years ago.
I mean, for all we know, we're going to get like a scene like here's Shady Sands, and then it'll do like a time lapse of a build-up, maybe like to a city or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's more some kind of clues they throw in that make me think this is post, because you have that woman in the shop as well. And she kind of has that, I thought all you guys were dead. You know what I mean? Like you've got opinionated people about Vault Dwellers, and I feel like not only have they come and gone, but they, like she said, I thought all you guys were dead. We all thought all you guys were dead. Like it was the time of Vault Dwellers coming out and wandering about has come and gone.
Yeah. So my main thing is I think it's going to be a good show, but I think they're going to fall out for it, and they're going to retcon a bunch of shit.
Oh, Bethesda never does that, dude. Ever. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, kind of like finding pre or post-war drugs in a pre-war vault. Just gonna throw that out there.
Now let's watch a little bit more of this. I wish I could transfer the audio over Discord for you guys, but you know, it is what it is.
The mission of the vaults should be important to everyone.
All right, so we're in Vault 33. I don't think we know anything about Vault 33. Let me Google it real quick. Do we not?
There's another thing that bugs me as well. Half of the production, I can't get it. I don't know. Half the production looks good. Half the production looks like a YouTube channel. Just like the shit on her back, it's just a little too on the nose.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
If you think about it, though, a lot of Fallout is just on the nose. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of Fallout is like kind of on the nose, because like the whole like
on the nose, yeah.
Yeah, well, Vault Boy has always been like the like embodiment of like capitalism and marketing, you know what I mean? So it's always like, look, everything's great, you know what I mean? When obviously it's not. So even I guess that could.
I'm not saying they wouldn't look great. Like they wouldn't look. I'm not saying they wouldn't look pristine or whatever. It's I don't know. The show's production, like it will make me feel like it's a YouTube channel kind of clip with some stuff. Like they're fucking one of the monsters we're about to see, but we'll see that.
Yeah.
Let's keep it going.
Come up to the surface one day.
Wondering as well, how is she leaving the vault? Out of necessity, or is this actually out of?
Yeah, true. I guess we'll have to figure that out too.
Actual vault dweller.
I am.
He's out on the search for a water chip. They're just gonna rip the story from Fallout 1.
See, this is what's hype. They've got the Westworld director. Another show I haven't seen all the way, but I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, but they like to throw that on everything, don't they? Like, it comes from this person, comes from that team. Like, yeah, but it doesn't mean it's good.
This scene right here is where my problem is because she's overlooking essentially Santa Monica, which is where Shady Sands is supposed to be. And that is the Vault Dweller. That place looks like a shithole. They use the Garden of Eden creation kit. Where's the green?
Yeah.
Also, we see a snippet of her a little bit later on. Shit scared from a tumbleweed. Can we zoom in on this bitch at all to see what she's carrying in her left fucking hand?
Not really.
This building.
Because I don't know if anyone else picked up on a fucking this bitch. She's still got her backpack on. She doesn't look like she's with the other characters we know she's going to be introduced to. So this looks pretty early still. Why do you have a fucking head? We see like some character art bits as well of her. Where she's carrying like
apocalyptic event.
Well, no, this isn't Futurama. I'm not carrying around Nixon without his fucking glass. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Like, on a tabletop, and Snick carried around some dude's remains for like 4 episodes.
That's Snick. He's a ghoul, for fuck's sake. Like, fair the fucking oath to him. But this bitch, she's just stepped out of a vault.
Super mutant. But or yeah, Nightkin, yeah. But you know, I think, you know, through a couple of the parts of the trailer, it seems like she had to kind of escape the vault, or like she was like the one kind of pushing to leave the vault.
Yeah, so most definitely.
So I mean, who knows? Maybe she had to fight her way out, and if that is a head or whatever, then you know, maybe that if that's her just emerging from the vault.
Yeah,
I don't.
That could make sense.
Because there's a little. Well, I don't know. We should continue. There's some bits that make me think it's somebody that she's bumped into outside as well. But there's a lot of character art of her that's she's got like a yellow fabric wrapped about something that's like the size and shape of a head. So it's definitely something she's needing. It's not just something she's picked up and holding because she's a fucking savage. This is a quest item of some sort.
Something I noticed from the scene is like the buildings in the distance here look near exactly the same from the Fallout 1 opening.
Yeah, which is that it's appropriate. But
I mean,
like where
like you've got that diagonal
that
building right
out
here.
Of the city.
You also have that diagonal building there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's eerily similar, or maybe it's the same. Who knows? But
maybe it is Sandy Hook before. Well, Sandy Hook. Fuck me. Shady Sands. Fuck hell. Maybe it is Shady Sands before it got established. Maybe it is like fully first case scenario. Fucking what Fallout could be.
Where's Oxhorn when you need him to deep dive?
I mean, here's where I don't think that could be the case. We'll get to it whenever we get a little bit further in.
Of course. Like I said, there's a lot of bits that they come around with.
Because, I mean, they fully established that the majority of this story takes place after Fallout 4, and I'll point out what I'm talking about a little bit later, is it can't really be post because of the main character.
Interesting.
So, yeah, we'll get to it a little bit further.
Oh, wrong button. All right, let's keep watching this. There he is, boys.
And see, there's all the green, which is
yeah,
good.
True. Yeah, that's something else I pointed out. It seems like they go in between, because even I think the photos of the leaked Red Rocket set, that was like in wilderness. That was not.
And it had overgrown bushes and stuff like that. Yes. So, but like where Shady Sands is supposed to be shouldn't look like a shithole.
Yeah.
Where they are right now should.
After that town's been fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like after the MCR town.
Like, they'll have to explain.
Yeah, but that's why you see the fight
and stuff.
Agreed.
And it could just
but as you say,
that they're doing that wide shot to kind of get the point across, like it's a wasteland, you know. And then she like goes down into it, and that's where the greenery and stuff is. But they're just trying to, for visual effects, it's like, oh look, everything's gone. It's still destroyed. And then she finds like an oasis, which would actually be, the greenery and stuff like that.
Agreed. Look at that.
Yeah. Okay.
The beautiful nose, man. I guess they just painted the dude's nose green. Walter, what's his name? Walter Goggins.
I mean,
I guess they painted his nose green. Yeah, they Voldemort.
Yeah. I mean, they did a pretty good job as far as the effect. Like,
yeah, it looks pretty good.
I was shocked.
Yeah.
Of course, they made a fucking ghoul look handsome.
It's a lot better than the Doctor Strange third eye thing. So.
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
There.
All right, here we go. We've got Max, boys. We got Mr. Handy. He looks so good. I love him.
Apparently, like Josh Nolan wanted to use as many real props as possible.
Yeah,
that is literally a Mr. Handy that they like are puppeting around, and I'm like, holy shit, the effect looks phenomenal.
Yeah, just seeing
like looks fucking great.
Seeing Mr. Handy like IRL, like it looks so good, and it. I don't know. Maybe they're articulating his little eyeballs here, but I would like to think it would still be puppeted by someone.
Well, even if the eyes were like not part of the puppet, like even if they did that in post, it looks a lot better than if the whole thing would have been CG.
Yeah, even like the orange glow reminds me of like Nixie tubes or something. Looks so good.
Well, I mean, we do live, in the 21st century, so I mean, maybe I don't know. I haven't seen the actual prop, but maybe they have some kind of actual.
Yeah, it's gonna be in one of the screenshots.
I'm gonna keep it going.
We actually have an image of it.
Syringed.
Looking forward to see how she gets out of this one, because she's not got any buddies yet.
Your organs.
To harvest your organs.
You need to go home.
What's he from? He's from Lost, right? Wasn't he in Lost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's from a lot of things. Mostly like crime, like TV shows. I can't remember the name of it.
I'm sure he's the dude in the fucking isn't he the one in the fucking Indiana Jones? Doesn't he get his face melted?
No, but I know you're looking at him. He looks like him in this scene with the glasses on.
He's in another show that's on like general television that a lot of older people watch, where it's like, here's a computer that can basically predict the outcome. He's like the guy who built the fucking computer or some shit. I can't remember the name of the show. But he's actually in like a lot of base television, so I'm not shocked that they have him as a supporting character in this.
This is such ridiculous. Not quite, but you're close. He does look like him a little bit. All right, let's keep it rolling.
You need to go home. You come from a world of rules, of laws.
Yo, is she pregnant?
Also, they had one thing. They had fucking dog meat in that little. Yeah. Also, why is the bitch sitting there with a fucking wrench, little thumbs up when you're? Like, what is this like a photo shoot moment in the vault? Because she's not handling a wrench. What are you wrenching as well? There's nothing next to you that you can fucking use.
She's on a full amount of copium right now.
There's like, that's why I'm wondering, like, what's the scenario that you've got a bitch standing there fully pregnant holding a wrench? What are you doing? It's got to be something staged in the actual scene as well, right?
Everybody pulls your own weight in the vault.
Yo, but it's like maybe they're just trying to show like what's up?
Do what?
I was just saying, maybe they're trying to show like maybe everyone thinks everything is okay. So look, we're helping out. But it's obvious in that first scene that they're like they're projecting like the outside world before the bombs dropped. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
And obviously every vault has like, well, not every vault.
Well, they had that weird uncanny scene where he's standing in the field and he's like, "Hi, how's it going?" kind of thing.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So maybe they're brainwashing him to like make things like, oh look, everything's fine. Yeah.
That's why I'm thinking that could be like aside from the fact that it's a show, I'm thinking there could be like in the scene there will be a camera somewhere, and this is an actual staged moment.
It's a vault full of nothing but Chick-fil-A employees.
My pleasure. We'll keep this going.
In reality, it's like, hey, you have to finish this pipe, and then you get your epidural.
Isn't that the Disney Channel, dude?
I don't know. I don't watch the Disney
Channel. Heard that he's supposed to be her brother as well. Like this is like when she's leaving. So this is like more of a moment that I'm wondering the way she's consoling him.
Yeah,
she's definitely leaving out of necessity.
Moses Arias?
You know what I mean? Something's like
plot twist is his head in the bag in that scene.
Yeah. I'll take you with me. Don't worry.
Yeah. You will see the wasteland.
You should not be alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see what I see. Ding, 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 ding.
Yep.
That's Night, right?
That is Night, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So that is freaking sick. It's about time. We see a live action. What's T65, right?
That is T65, yes. Or no, that's T60.
The shot of like
the CIA one for Fallout 76. We don't talk about that too much.
Yeah, we don't talk about
that is 60.
Beautiful.
His little moment in a sec, if we continue, like to see his like fucking the little flashback of him as a child looking up to the dude with power armor, the full fucking assault rifle. Looks.
Oh yeah, that's next. It's right
the
here.
fuck on.
Oh yeah,
Spot
but at the same time, it's a direct rip off of the Mandalorian, that one episode where he's like looking up out of the hole after the droid's attacked and he sees a Mandalorian. Yeah, it's a direct rip off. It's great.
I want to get controversial. I think you know what I'm gonna say. So if this is not the Prydwen,
yep,
is it lore accurate that they had one on the other coast?
That's the thing. They already explicitly stated it in one of the interviews that I watched. This takes place after Fallout 4. The Elder Maxon or whatever from Fallout 4 reintegrated the West Coast and the East Coast back into the main Brotherhood. They built the Prydwen and they took it to Boston. The other chapters saw the success of the Prydwen in Boston and created one on the other coast. That airship is going to be called the Caswian. CASWENNAN.
Yeah, I would never expect you to read that. I couldn't even read that myself.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking spell it because I'm probably wrong. But that's the name of that particular ship, and you can also tell that it is not the Prydwen because the Prydwen had the logo from the Lion's Pride on the side of it because that was where it came from. It came from DC. That one has no inherent markings on it. There's not even a Brotherhood logo on it because it is freshly constructed.
Right. Trying to compare here. Yeah, you're right, actually.
See? You can also tell just by the design between the two, that is a bigger ship. Not by much, but it is a bigger ship. It is capable of carrying more troops.
Man, they really made this thing like one for one, didn't they? I mean, it looks exactly like it, except for the name on the side. And yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Can't see the front there, but yeah.
So that also brings into question that they kind of already canonized the ending of Fallout 4. Because if the Prydwen had enough success in Boston for them to create another one, that's probably going to be the canon ending because the Prydwen has to be able to either make it back or send transmission or whatever. So no railroad, no Minutemen, no Institute, Brotherhood all the way.
Yeah. I wonder what the odds of them like duking it out with NCR is going to be because they're going to be in their territory.
That's kind of the thing that
I think that's why we see the fight, though, right? Because that's unless that's going to be a flashback of something. That's the little clips we get later on.
Because in Fallout 2 and in New Vegas, the NCR and the Brotherhood are at war. The Brotherhood is in hiding. If they have the capability and resources to build a ship like that out in the open, that war has to be over. Like, there's no way in hell there's going to be that many Brotherhood soldiers out in the open without the NCR, which outnumber them 1,000 to 1.
Yeah, and you can see they have like a warehouse right here. You know, they didn't really do that in New Vegas. They
like
had the whole bunker underground.
That's probably
they're not hiding in this one like they were in the past. They're not hiding anymore.
Yeah,
they're out, they're open, they're showing their fucking colors.
Yeah, true.
That's probably Navarro. They've probably repurposed the Enclave airstrip that they were sending all the vertibirds out on in Fallout 2. The Brotherhood probably has control of Navarro.
Keep watching,
because you see, so then maybe this is the fallout, no pun intended, of the fucking Shady Sands. Then, like, because we see that in ruins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
that's what we're flashing back to is that fight or that fight around the NCR fucking with them.
I think, well, that's the thing. It's probably going to canonize the ending of New Vegas as well, because in New Vegas there is a way for you to basically sign a truce between the Brotherhood and the NCR before the Battle of Hoover Dam, meaning that the Legion probably lost Hoover Dam. So that could have rebuilt relationships between those two. And now the Brotherhood is essentially think of it as a militaristic protector of the NCR.
Rip Team Enclave.
Well, I have a feeling we're going to get the Enclave in this show. I really do.
I kind of like this dude's jacket. There's a dude shot a few seconds ago, and he's got a kind of coat that kind of looks like a Enclave captain kind of thing.
I believe that was in the leaked set photos, which we'll take a peek at after we watch this. Let's keep this going real quick. Oh my god, the shot! Every time I see it,
so fucking sick.
Every time I see it, man. Got the good old assault rifle, which has always looked goofy in my opinion, but it's classic.
They did answer a question that I had always had a little bit later in the trailer of how the hell do they take their helmets off?
Yeah, the faceplate pops off
and everything are, and I'm like, oh, thank God.
I know, we
little fucking Iron Man thing.
Yeah.
Now I wonder how it pops off when they have to pee.
In Fallout 3, they explain that power armors have a waste recycling system.
Oh, okay. Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Bruh. It's so awesome. Oh, he's got a scar right there. I didn't notice it before.
You know that's him because he's got that little cut. Yeah, so you know it's...
Oh, yeah, look at that. Yeah, he's got the scar there. He's got
it's going to be flashback heavy. The whole show is going to be flashback heavy.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think there's going to be...
You're going to have flashbacks of Walter Goggins as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, which would be way pre-war, and then his is going to be post-war, but when he's younger, hers is going to be from inside of the time of the vault. But that's also why I was thinking that that can't really be a flashback for Shady Sands because she's standing in the desert. When all of that would have happened, she would have been 120 by the time that Prydwen was a thing. So it can't be her unless she doesn't age.
That's true. Like,
because Shady Sands was founded so far ago, like President Tandy she was in Fallout 1 and Fallout 2. She was like 68 in Fallout 2. And Fallout 4 takes place 80 some odd years after Fallout 2.
in that scene, does it actually show her being in that scene, or we're just assuming it's her?
Yeah, she's holding the head. She's standing right outside of L.A. On that giant sand dune, holding the head where essentially Shady Sands would be. It's located outside the city. So the fact that L.A. was called, they renamed it to the Boneyard. And throughout the events of Fallout 2 all the way up to Fallout 3, the Boneyard had been relatively reconstructed into a habitable settlement.
The only takeaway I would say is that there's a little scene later on that somebody does have a little moment where they're just like into their fucking neck. Maybe could be them. Maybe could be that person's head that she's carrying or some shit. But there's a lot of continuity questions that I have because the red guy around the campfire, there's a dog with them sitting there fucking with a red roach, but yet the dog seems to be linked a lot with Walter Goggins' character because he seems to be the Lone Ranger with the fucking
there's a scene in just a little bit. You can see that it's Walter Goggins' ghoul character and dog meat presumably. But they're like walking side by side, so it's pretty obvious that they're going to be
but like I say, there's a moment when she's at that red fire with that dude, or that dude with that guy who's got like the red ambience around him.
Right.
That dog meets fucking with a rad roach there. So maybe this is a moment much later on after. So I don't know if this is distinguishable or whether it's going to be like as she's moving around, how far. Fuck knows.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know how much they're going to. I don't know how much they're going to show that is relevant, and how much they're going to show for people like us who know it and just be like, "Oh, there's this, there's that backdrop." Just for the sense of this is Fallout, not necessarily, plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plot
that's
sense.
what I was saying earlier. Is like
making sense wise.
They're trying to attract. New viewers.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not so much making the show for fans. That obviously the fan base would kickstart it, but they're trying to bring in new viewers. So, them. That's why I was saying. Like, I agree with Echo on the whole flashback. A lot of flashbacks, especially in the first episode, or maybe probably scattered out through the whole season. Is they're trying to explain what happened. Like there's
somebody having to play the game. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So I think a lot of that. So we might actually see a fast-paced flashbacks, series of flashbacks that kind of, this was before, and this is kind of happened, and this kind of happened, and this kind of happened, all while, mixed in while, you're following the main character of the current story.
Yeah, I'm excited for the show. I think it's going to be really, really good, but I'm just expecting so many retcons because of the way that company is.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. With the fucking, they might follow a lot like fucking Witcher, where they have all this shit they could show and example it, but it's not. They might not build the world as effectively. You know what I mean? They might just like Snick said, they might just be using them to rope people in. They might not necessarily follow what we know. I mean, like you said,
everything adapts.
That would contradict what they said, though, too.
Yeah,
like Ring, like you said, that they fucking in the fucking interviews they have mentioned shit about
this is supposed to be Fallout
different
5,
coasts
and then they
taking from
it a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have more hope in Amazon doing it than Netflix. Even though, we got Rings of Power, which was
you're right. I'm more hopeful of Amazon doing it over Netflix, but we can all pray to whatever the fuck you want that Paramount didn't do this, because look at what they did to Halo. That is a cut and dry story that they just had to redo. And they're just like, nope, fuck it, throw it out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, Witcher, they're not the West.
Is going to be a human. What?
No. Episode 1's going to be like, we don't need power armor anymore. Those days are gone.
What really sells?
There's no more war.
You know what really sells? Helmeted characters. Look at how good the Mandalorian's doing. Episode 1, take your fucking helmet off.
For real. You know what else sells? This Fallout coffee I got from Amazon. From
that
Bones
shit is
Coffee.
good. I actually
it's
just had some.
I'm not a flavored coffee guy, but it's got a bite at the end. I get the vanilla one. Duh, dude.
Yeah, see, I'm trying the ghoul one, whatever the name of it is. It's actually pretty good.
It smells amazing.
Yeah, I didn't care. It smells better than it tastes.
It smells a lot better than it tastes. It's got, the first sip is fine, but then on the back end, it's kind of got a bitter taste, and it's kind of...
Well, it tastes like it's too much, it'd probably been a lot better if it was made, if they actually used maybe real vanilla in it or something.
Yeah,
but it tastes very artificial.
It could be roasted too long too, and then they just kind of cover it up with another flavoring.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's keep this trailer going for a second.
Who hurt me?
That's it.
That
there
right
it is,
there,
baby.
awesome.
That's such a cool shot. Hold on.
To hurt the people
Let's see
who
it
hurt
again.
me.
If they don't make one of those helmets to where I can fucking buy one, I'm gonna riot.
Where it just closes for you?
I'm gonna riot. You know how I am about collecting the helments, man.
Yo, the Fallout prop makers,
T45.
the Fallout prop makers on Etsy right now are like, we must find a way to make this. They're 3D printing
their
ass off
right
right
now.
now.
I've done this before.
And this
it
is
does answer a lot. It's so obvious of a thing because A, it gives the shot a perfect look at their face. B, for us, it's like, well, how do they eat on the fly? Oh, just fucking throw in a snack.
That makes perfect sense for the T60, like the way it's shaped and everything like that. But the T51, it looks like you got to have somebody take your helmet off. Like there's no way that bitch opens up.
Yeah.
But
that's why
that is amazing.
Types.
Well, I mean, aren't the armors improvements upon the other?
Within reason, I mean, they were really specialty
or just
classes.
different.
The 51 was developed to be like the pinnacle armor, but in reality, it was more used in Alaska and harder temperature climates. The T60 never went into full production, but it was designed specifically for the Army for home, not abroad.
Man, XO1 was for Secret Service and government use.
Yeah, it was a prototype. It never went into full usage. Basically, it was designed to prove the one thing that power armors have against them is the use of any type of EMP weapons. China tried to use EMP mines to stop power armored soldiers. That's when the XO1 started to go into development, is to be resistant to energy weapons, electromagnetic stuff. So it never saw full-fledged use because it was never distributed to troops. It was kind of, hey, we're going to make this project for this purpose. And in reality, the Enclave's like, we're going to take that and we're going to keep it because we're above you.
Yeah, if you
I
can't
look at
tell,
like the whole Iron Man armor effect. It's like he made his armor, and then everybody tried to replicate him. Or even like branding. It's like these folks are going to make it this way because they think this is a better feature or something like that. So I was just thinking, the question of like how do they eat kind of thing. Well, depends on what they were doing because like you said, if that's the soldier armor, right? Well, obviously your soldiers will need to eat, but if it's something being used to do something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like shorter periods of time. It's like, okay, kind of look at that like an astronaut, right? They're gonna suit up. They're gonna go out there and spend 12 hours or whatever working on some shit, and then they're going to go back inside, and that's when they eat. Versus something like this where they might be extended periods of time wearing the armor
on the go. Yeah.
Let's keep this going.
People are going to come after you.
Oh, you good boy.
All right, what's that place called? Is it Slocum Joe's? What is the donut shop?
Slocum Joe's was the main donut shop that was in Fallout 4, but there was another one in Fallout 2. Let me find it. Hang on.
It is Joe's though. Gotta be.
I don't know if it's Slocum's Joe's because their donut always has like giant eyes and a nose on it.
Yeah, I was trying to. I don't see branding on it. But this is that scene I was talking about, Echo, where it's Walter Goggins' ghoul character in Dogmeat.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So why is she sitting around a campfire with a dog? A dog. I mean, is there multiple dogs? Are they all the same fucking breed? Or
maybe she picked up the companion quest.
Maybe this is why. when Ring was talking about the backdrop when she's got the head, it might not be relevant to where they like. It might not be relevant to the fuck like. Where this trailer isn't showing chronologically to what we might see in the story.
Right.
The name of the donut shop in Fallout 2 was Donkey Doos.
Donkey fucking Doos. Jesus Christ. What a name.
Keep this going.
It was supposed to be a direct ripoff of Dunkin' Donuts. Like they had some stuff in there.
Yeah.
I'm loving this.
I can't wait to see
explosive
that
shots.
settlement. I really can't. That looks so good.
I love how she shoots with a syringer. See, here's my thing. Why would they give her an empty syringer?
Well, this is my fucking.
I don't know if it
wonder
was
about
empty.
what that character's
I'm pretty
going to
sure
be.
He's just immune to drugs at this point.
Yeah, because he literally says
he's got that fucking
small little dose with
a cute little fucking drug thing. But he's got that big fucking that pistol that's just a fucking mod in the games, but it doesn't come in. It's like a fucking some Russian single fucking shot thing.
A fucking bullpup or some shit.
Yeah, like this crazy fucking thing. And then in contrast, you have her, who's this like very passive, very naive character coming fresh out the vault, very rose tinted kind of vibe of like, we're meant to come out, we'll restart civilization, like, I think she's like. A coming of age kind of thing of her coming out and seeing, oh no, the world is really fucked. Like even that character early on saying, the world's actually pretty big, like I don't think you're ready for this. So I don't think she's necessarily.
Tacos noticed this too. Is that guy missing a foot?
Yeah, he's missing a foot.
Yes, he is.
I never noticed that before.
It's a little grainy for me, but what is the yellow sign?
It says
in the
you
back?
steal, we shoot, and it's got a laser rifle on it.
Okay, that's awesome. If
it also says we trade caps only. And what does that say? Over something guns open 2 days.
See,
there's a lot of good prop placement in this.
That's telling right there too. We trade caps only, and the entirety of LA is controlled by the NCR, and they have their own form of currency.
Yeah,
so
true.
I'm wondering if the NCR has a little bit less of a foothold.
Are they gone now? Maybe they've been eradicated. That's why we're seeing such a large presence of Brotherhood.
Either that, or they've expanded themselves so far into like Nevada, New Vegas, and stuff like that, that their troops were spread so thin that they couldn't even protect against raiding parties in their own territory.
Well, there's a lot of good prop placement in it. There's like the shopkeeper moment before where the whole "oh, you dipshits are alive." There's a lot of good there's like a laser rifle. There's like a machete. There's a lot of good shit. Like Stick said, a lot of good things to just rope you in as if you know the shit.
Department was on point. Holy shit!
Yeah, they really fucking well. Like you said with the Mr. Handy, looks. Yeah. You know where the Bethesda boys are coming in. They're gonna spot the fucking shit they want to see. So,
well, what I mean is they didn't do what they did in the fucking Halo show, where episode 1 they forgot to put the gun textures on the gun that the guy was carrying. Like it was a CG weapon,
it was just like
a white block.
I'm not gonna find this, dude. Where's that? They just have like a Tahoe in the background or something. Just
yeah, it's just like a regular friggin'.
How, dude?
Yeah.
How?
There's like a regular Tahoe
They're
in the
on
back.
a
One of the
different
scenes in the
planet.
show, he's holding like the plasma pistol or whatever, and it's not textured at all. It's just like a white block.
Right.
Because they forgot to put the CG over the outside of it. So the fact that they went with like real props for pretty much all of the weapons, best thing that they could have done.
It's just
like the absolute best.
How did they screw that up so bad?
It's simple, fucking Paramount.
Yeah, right.
They don't care.
They never
Very
have.
large bucket of drugs.
Like, how can we make money? They're doing a season 2, by the way, which is the most egregious thing I've ever heard of.
All right, that's the LA Observatory, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. Check that out. They got
there's something to notice about the scenes. I mean, look, see how the city itself is always like too far out of focus for you really to be able to tell anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a massive area. But see, look how far it is in the city. So like, you know, just like that scene with her standing on the sand dune, depending on the perspective, she might be looking, you know, at it from the other side of the city.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she could be on the wasteland side, and then goes into it, and then look, there's the settlement is over here. You know, it's because like I said, it's on the outskirts of the main city.
Yeah.
And so far, we haven't. At least I haven't noticed a shot of them actually in the city. You know,
yeah,
like,
well,
it's always been
notorious
way in
for like just like in Boston. Like when you see Boston in Fallout 4 from so far away, you're like, man, that's a massive city. And then you actually get there, it's not really as big as it looked. But you know, I would argue that
they
it
do
seemed
a lot
like
of
DC. It seemed like DC was way bigger in Fallout 3.
Yeah,
in my opinion, that's
true.
It was also
Vegas didn't even seem that big in comparison.
Yeah. Well, just like New Vegas, 3 is like they sectioned off DC, you know, and like kind of like blocks or whatever.
They did it really well to draw you in, yeah.
Yeah, they did.
And you could see them all together in the same line to make you think you could walk between, and it's just, it's fucking bogus. Like when you actually go there, it's just a drop, it's just a fucking...
Yeah, it's obvious they did that for like a computers in 2008.
Of course.
Not as good, you know, so they tried to like
360 era.
Yeah, 360 era.
It was smart, don't get me wrong, it was very smart.
Yeah, true. I would keep going on this. Yeah,
love that shot of the fucking all those fucking vertebrates, bro. That's a fucking beautiful
shot. I know, right? This one right here, it's just like impending doom. They're coming to steal my crops.
Like that's the end of the NCR right there. that's why they're gone.
They may not be the Enclave, but you hear America fuck yeah playing as they're flying in.
Yeah. I just noticed this. This Mr. Handy's got a like a medical symbol on the side here.
Yeah, he's trying to harvest their organs, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
it looks like
that was the same one from
It's
before.
probably Hawthorne Hospital.
Yeah, this is the same situation because he uses a buzzsaw right now going close to her. So I'm eager to see like how she gets out of this because she's about to get fucked. She just had a stim in her stomach, like that's like paralyzing her or knocking her out or something. So
right.
Yeah, I think somebody's gonna definitely like walk in the room at that exact moment.
Save the day.
Probably where she got the syringer ammo too.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Yeah. Look at this. Definitely.
There he is, Bruce Campbell, gonna fucking die immediately, Sean Bean style.
See, but this is what I was talking about. Look at the background. See, now it says "Please stand by."
Yeah, that's when all the drugs wore off and people started losing their fucking minds.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Vault Tech.
But what was this like? Was there a wedding going on? The fuck is like this is the moment where everything shit goes crazy, and this is like she has to leave. That's what I mean, because there's a moment there they all go fucking ballistic. There's like one dude who's just like berserker fucking mode, ripping his shit off like some bald fella. Yeah. But that's why I'm wondering, when she leaves the vault, when she's hugging her brother, as she steps out, you even see like legs on the floor, like you see somebody's lying there. So she's coming out of the vault in a state of panic. It's not necessarily coming out in, you know, I need to repopulate civilization. She's not on a mission. She needs to leave and look for help of some sort.
Yeah, because I think her dad is the overseer, right? Was that confirmed?
I don't know if that was confirmed or not.
I mean,
if it is, they've ripped a ton of tropes.
I think it might be Bruce Campbell as the overseer. No, the guy with the one eye is the overseer. Bruce Campbell there, I think, is a dad.
You could be right. I'm not positive. No,
that would make sense for why
okay,
she'd leave.
overseer...
My dad just died. I'm gonna run out.
Does anybody notice how they have all the crop, like the cornfield in the back, but the grass that they're standing on is fake?
Yeah, right.
It's
like Hank is the overseer of Vault 33 and Lucy's father.
Okay, there we go. That answers it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Another thing is, why would they even bother with all? I mean, I'm trying to think. Are they drugging them to make them think they're outside?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Is you know how
I'm thinking it's
all
a
these
ceremony.
experiments and everybody's like super happy-go-lucky. They're doing the hi, how are you? They're probably pumping like drugs into the fucking air that makes everybody happy, and then at a specific point, the vault is regulated to just turn it off, and everybody goes mad. So I mean,
it's kind of like doomsday bunkers, you know, and that's what it is. But like, you know, they make it seem like normal life, so you don't get, you know, think about it. If it was just concrete walls and tunnels, you know, people would get bored with that. You know, so I think all that's probably like even the corn and stuff like it's probably not real. It's all like this is like a simulation. Right. It's like, oh look, we can't actually have a field of corn and a picnic, you know, next to the cornfield kind of thing, right? So we just make this, you know, it's like just a little like diorama thing that they can pretend they're actually doing it.
So here's a question: what do you think is the most fucked up vault that we've seen so far?
Gary
was a good one.
Gary.
I'm voting. Yeah, I might have decided. Gary was fucked. Well, there was the
There's three of them that I have a trouble picking between. Like, there's the one where it's one guy and 99 females.
Oh,
and then there's one female and 99 guys in another vault. Those are real messed up. But the one that there's two of them that I think are the most messed up. There's the one from Fallout 4's Automatron DLC, where they're like training these kids to either be super strong or super smart, and then they like harvest their organs and make the dumb ones continue the experiment.
Yeah.
And then there's the like the drug addicts one is like the vault is populated full of a bunch of recovering drug addicts. And after it's like after 100 years, when they're generations later, but they all still have this like inherent need. A panel on the wall opens up and it's full of nothing but drugs, and then everything just goes haywire in like 24 hours.
Or there's Bald 51, you know.
Which one's 51?
Battle Royale.
Oh yeah, well.
Do you like that segue into the conversation? Yeah, the nuclear winter needed some love. It needs some TLC.
You only think like that because you spent 6 months in a bush.
Oh yeah, right. But the mechanics of it were just completely backwards. The way they designed it was stay alive longest, get more XP, not get more kills, get more XP. Because if I stayed alive for 5 minutes and I killed 5 guys, I should get more XP than someone sitting in a bush.
Well, you did. You only got 5 points more XP for killing a player, though. It was the time that you stayed alive.
It was so minuscule. Yeah, I mean, I would sit in a bush and wait for 30 minutes probably just to get to top 2, just to jump out and let the guy kill me, because it didn't matter if I got the final kill.
It was like a difference of like 100 XP.
I just had to stay alive as long as possible to get maximum XP. It's just, I don't know why they did that. If they would have just sat down and looked at the mechanics of the game, then I really do think that it could have been better.
What they did was, you know, it was right in the middle of, you know, the big battle royale era. Everybody's got to have a battle royale, right? And so they made one, and then there's like, okay, we did it, and we're done. They had no intentions of actually.
It never
left beta. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like they just said, oh look, we did this thing. But see, by the time like when that released, and it was there had many problems. They're like, well, at that point in time, a lot of people had the whole BR, you know, fatigue kind of thing going on. It's like, well, you already have all these other games that are like 10 times better. Fallout did the same thing. Fallout Infinite, they did the same thing.
Halo Infinite.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Halo Infinite. You know, with theirs, you know, there's like, oh, there's going to be a battle royale, and I mean, really, that was the kind of game play style of the game already in a lot of the game modes. But they just made it to where you just had like one life or whatever. But The biggest issue
Never
I
happened.
had with it is there was never really like they never made they released the beta version, but like they spit the game mode out, and then did nothing with it. If they would have actually tuned it to like a meta, and then had like and I basically okay this release laser rifles are going to be good, and then like the next one assault rifles are going to be good, and then make the syringer like OP for a few weeks. All they do is just tweak some values. And
I mean, they do that in Overwatch every
because
month.
it would have changed.
But
yeah,
I think it all stems from like nobody asked for nuclear winter. No one wanted it. It was just a thing. But I think enough people
for a week and then just stopped.
Yeah, I think enough people wanted the rewards from it that they felt borderline forced to play it. Also, to get any lore out of the vault at the beginning, you had to level up
to get
to
level
open
100.
certain doors. Yeah, to even get to the very last one, which was pretty unimpressive. I'm not gonna sit here and say I know how they could fix the game, but level locking lore is kind of stupid. I mean, Oxhorn.
That's how you already said it. That's how you fix the game.
Yeah, but even Oxhorn was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this." I think so.
They could have. Well, even from like a story perspective, it didn't make a whole lot of sense. It'd be like, here's a battle royale where we're just gonna let everybody out of the vault to fight to the death.
Right.
Even if you survive, why the fuck would you go back? Like. And how do you keep getting more and more contestants? Like, you're the overseer of the vault. We're the only one alive. Like, what the fuck do you want from me?
Yeah, there's about 30 people in the entire world that played that game. I mean, every single game, it was the same people back to back. And they're always like, hey, aren't you that guy sitting in the bush? I'm like, yep, just see you at the end, bud. I'm going to sit right here and watch a movie.
Yeah. It's like, that's all the game ever amounted to. Like, nobody, like, religiously played the game unless, like, there was a huge thing about cheaters where the dude would run to the center of the map and just start pulling the trigger on a gun, and it would find a player.
Really bad.
So even the people hiding in the bush couldn't do anything because like they would be nowhere around, and they would fire a gun, and like 4 miles away, he'd hit you in the head.
Pretty much.
Without even facing your general direction.
Oh, wrong button. All right, let's keep watching this.
Yeah, I think something that could have been cool. Like right now in the current Warzone, they have it's a what is it called? It's a reinforcement flare, and it's just something they added, like small stuff like that. Like imagine if in nuclear winter, if they added something like you could find, it'd be like a rare thing, but like if they added like where you can get VATs for like a one-time VAT use kind of deal. You know what I mean? Because even then, like with people cheating, that was the biggest problem, is that it was too easy for people to cheat.
Yep.
And the whole gameplay was contingent upon you just living long enough, which is why Taco sat in a bush for 6 months.
Well,
straight.
the entire game was basically developed in the same engine as Fallout 4, and they released the tools to mod the game for everybody in single player. They could use those same tools.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? The first month that the game was out, people were spawning in the Prydwen into Fallout 76.
Oh yeah, true.
Which was the funniest shit to see. But how did you not think that adding a competitive game mode to a game that people can alter and do that type of shit
I've said it a million times. Like it just baffles me how they thought that. Like Fallout 76 is catering to Fallout players, which has always been traditionally a single player story experience. But also on the other hand, it's like, well, we can't have infinite storylines, so we have to give them something else to do. But I just think that a battle royale as a decent response to we're bored was just not the answer.
I mean, look at what they're doing now. Like, I mean, look at the content that we're getting right now with the expeditions. Like, don't get me wrong, that's cool for like 15 minutes, maybe a little bit more if you like it. Like,
but here's the thing: they sold us on we're going back to what is it, Pittsburgh, the pit? Yeah,
we're going back to the pit,
and the pit was about 4 square blocks of city. And then you go into a warehouse and do Radiant quests. You know, it's just
what was it? It was daily ops, but in a new area.
Yeah,
that took
pretty
twice
much.
as long.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they teased Atlantic City. They teased it in a way that's like, yes, it's an expedition, but there's things you can do. And in reality, it's just another fucking expedition. Yeah, sure, you don't have to go back to the Vertibird whenever you're done. You can go play the slot machines, which are nothing like games that you would get in like New Vegas. They tried to play off of the nostalgia of Vegas in the Atlantic City update, and it was just another expedition.
Yeah, it's almost like Bethesda doesn't even want to mention that New Vegas was a thing. I think they know that we want that.
Then why would they put the freaking Ranger armor in fucking 76 as a first reward?
Microtransactions, brother. And I'll be the first one to say that I signed up. I was like, yo, Fallout First is awesome. Let's do this. And I was a Fallout First member for like 2 or 3 years. And then it just one day,
I mean, hell, that's literally how we met.
Yeah, it's like one day it was just like, what's the point of paying for this? There's nothing to do anymore in this game.
We built as much as we could build
until we couldn't anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like half the time I'll still log in and be like, oh, that's neat.
Yeah, and leave.
And I get my rewards, or they might add something that's like, that's really cool.
Yeah, they promised the group
I might
build
actually
system
build with it.
Never came out. They promised camp pets. I don't think that ever came out.
The closest thing we got was the scrap bot that looks like a dog.
Yeah, and we got a lot of promises that, and then just never came out. But they are getting a significant update. You can see here, Bethesda posted that we're getting a new area. I think it's going to be south, but yeah, it looks really cool.
They're doing a map expansion, yes.
Yeah, map expansion. It looks
Which is
cool.
what they've needed for the longest time.
I think they have a lot of story opportunities. If they could, if we're starting out, because when 76 started, we had no NPCs. If we could start out a new area with new lore, with new stuff going on, I really think that it could be a lot better. Starting out
an
with
established
NPCs.
town. Yeah, like here's the thing: the White Springs was always supposed to be a hub.
Yeah,
right. Very seldom do I go to the White Springs and see people.
Yeah,
they built this massive place that had all these different rooms for like people to do like role play, whatever the hell they wanted to, and nobody's ever fucking there because there's nothing to do there. They also have like the presidential suites locked up, all that stuff. Like,
that's the whole.
None of that shit ever came out.
Quest, yeah.
Well, it was an entire scrap quest with a bunch of rewards that they then repurposed into a season that you had to grind and unlock.
Yet again, something else to grind for.
Yeah, no shit. It's like, what are the currencies right now? You've got, obviously, your caps. You've got
stamps,
gold bullion.
Yeah, stamps.
Yeah, stamps, but you've got gold bullion. Gold bullion you have to use you have to grind treasury tokens, so you can only accumulate so many treasury gold bullion tokens a day.
Yeah.
Then you've got scrip, you've got legendary scrap, you've got vault steel. It's like, Jesus Christ, just one number.
Yeah, it's way
Make
too
it
much.
expensive, I don't care. Just one fucking number.
Just give me one. All right. Let's keep this going.
Maybe you should guys we should elaborate on how y'all met in Fallout 76.
How we met? Okay.
Foshnot
of like 2018, 19, something like that.
Yeah, roughly.
To make a long story short, I went to Foshnot, doing my thing, getting my rewards, and then Ring just pulls out his god tier gun and just what was it? Was it like what's the
It was
sloth?
it was the mega sloth.
It was the big mega sloth.
Gauss minigun, and I pulled the trigger for half a second, and the thing fucking died by accident.
Like
I just wanted to get one shot in.
And some
like
kid,
everybody was like, okay, I'm taking one shot. Everybody's taking one shot to make sure we all get credit for it.
Yeah, like someone was trying to dictate, like some squeaker, like a little, like a 16-year-old. He's like, okay, everyone shoot so we can get our XP. And then Ring pulls out his taser, giant laser weapon, and sneezes on him one time and just immediately kills the mega sloth.
It exploded.
And explodes. And then the kid's like, oh man, we didn't get XP for that. And I told the kid, I was like, yo, shut up, dude. Don't nobody care. This event happens every hour.
You killed the legendary.
Yeah, he's like, you killed the I'm like, dude, this event happens every hour. Shut up. And so then Ring went back to his camp, and then I followed him. I was like, yo, that kid was annoying, dude.
My response was, do you want the legendary? Because I don't.
I was like,
I don't need it.
Not even really. So yeah, we just started hanging out in 76, and then 76 turned into
Are you
a
going to the
Discord
next
server.
Foshnot? And okay, anytime that kid was there, it'd be like, I'm fucking killing the thing. And I told everybody at the beginning, all right, everybody, I kill legendary, so get ready. I'm going to kill it.
But yeah, pretty much, yeah. Then after that, started hanging out in Discord. Now we have a podcast. Yeah, that's pretty much how we met.
We built that totem pole of just nothing but power armors while that kid was bitching the whole time.
I'm pretty sure I have a picture somewhere.
Yeah.
Good times. Hold on, let me pull this up. I know I have it somewhere.
The picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got it too, but I don't know where.
3 tabletops later, we have a fucking whole YouTube channel and podcast.
Yeah.
What you guys do, sorry.
Give me 2 seconds. I know I've got this. Of course, I put this on my
those days were fucking wild. Yeah, it was whenever the events were fun. Like, do you remember everybody was excited for Foshnot, excited for Meat Week?
Yeah.
And like 4 of them have passed, and we haven't logged on together once.
I've got it right here.
I actually just opened up my Steam to see if it was updated.
It's right here. That's it.
You know they're gonna have like a huge resurgence of like players whenever the TV show comes out. They're gonna have to do something
for sure.
big.
Back when this was the hardest power armor to get.
Well, and then go over to the other side where the T65. Do you remember whenever that first came out? How much of that was a fucking grind, and my game glitched out, and I just got it.
Right.
Yeah, like you had to grind out the gold bullion or whatever, and I bought like my 400 or something for the day, and next thing you know, it's like, wait a minute. We need to go. We need to go now. And we all travel to the vault. And he's like, what plans do you want? What plans do you want? I'll see if I can drop him. He's like, why? He's like, I have 1,000,000 gold.
Yeah, for real. Whew. Yeah, good times, man. I miss 76.
It was the first one there with the freaking Gatling, the Gauss minigun and the T65. I was the first one there with all that shit.
So who are these guys? These Raiders? I think.
Those...
Quick thing before
Raiders,
that. Just wanted to put my 2 cents in this
Holy
bit.
shit. That is... Echo's right. That's an NCR flag.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about that?
I said, that's going to be that flashback to that fight. Yeah, that's going to be them getting fucked up.
And that's the observatory in the background.
Yeah.
But also, quick note to the previous bit, in contrast to what people were saying with the drugged out fucking vault. I feel like there might be a ceremony, like back a little bit further in the vault with the fucking when shit was going down in the vault. There, like she's in there's the white dress. You've got like an archway of flowers a little bit further on, or something like over there. So I feel like it might be an actual ceremony, and somebody's put something in the punch. Everything's been fucking crazy.
Right.
Hence the whole chaos. Hence why she needs to leave. Hence why.
See, look, there's little white bell decorations. Those white bell decorations on the poles. So maybe there was a marriage.
Yeah. They might have been fine so far, but like I said before, with the pregnant lady holding a wrench and kind of looking like a fake, like, hey, it looked a little bit too much on top of the fact that it's a show that we're going to watch. Like, it looked like they were trying to project something. There was even like the projector going off being used. Maybe that was just for some ceremony thing that they're doing now. Right. But yeah, that was just 2 cents of that. Also, I definitely... NCR, probably an NCR fucking fight.
Well, back to the the corn scene. It could be. Think about it. Yeah. So think about this. That it has the archway on there. I'm leaning towards like a wedding or maybe like an arranged marriage kind of thing. You got to think there's a limited number of people in the vault. So and like all the other messed up stuff they've done in other vaults. This could
there was a vault that you had to sacrifice the overseer every year.
I was gonna say, but like as a factor of like who's which vault was the worst, I was gonna say that's pretty top. Like they all had to vote together to get rid of the fucking gun and have somebody else put in. That was rough.
And then the one time that they decided not to do it, there was only like 4 of them left, and then the door just fucking opened and be like, you've been killing people off once a year for 100 years, and all you had to do was not do it, and you were free to go.
Yeah, a bit crazy.
Yeah. Darn.
But I'm thinking something like this because obviously there's a reason she wants to leave the vault, right? Like, so I feel like she's being like something that would kind of fall into that category would be like her being forced into a marriage, or like finding out that something's sinister behind the whole vault cult. You know what I mean? Like culty. Like because the scene makes sense. Yeah. Like, why is everybody dead, or at least look like they're dead? Or it could be that
everything goes wrong.
Despite till hey, they might not be dead, they might just be drugged. Like super drugged, like just knocked them out kind of deal. This might be part of her escape plan. Something like that too. Like if she's trying to get out, this might be part of that. Yeah. I don't know, but I think there's gonna be a lot more going on because it has to be something something that she
something always
obviously
goes
wants to get
wrong in
away
a vault.
from.
So it's like you said before, something always goes wrong. So it's bound to be something fucking vault tech related because they're always fucking sinister in some way. So shit.
Yeah, like sending one guy into a vault with a box full of puppets, and he's just by himself with puppets.
I wouldn't say she wants to leave necessarily, because like she fucking sits there with the fucking I'm pretty sure that's her brother that she hugs when she's going out the door. So I think she's leaving, like I said, out of necessity more than this is her mission of going out and repopulating the fucking planet.
And I'm gonna make a bet that
hoping
probably
to come back.
What happens in the vault is probably like some type of subplot that's going on while she's gone. That's my bet.
It's a vault.
Well, we're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see a lot of flashbacks. We see flashbacks even in this trailer of the bit. There's like that pregnant woman. I looked at it a couple times. She's also a woman getting a fork in the fucking eye, holding an SMG that she sprays. So shit really does hit the fan in this fucking vault. But then you see later on, there's a moment where she's bandaged up and like helping people. She kind of looks semi outside. I don't know. So we're definitely going to see like. Yeah, probably, but we're going to definitely see like not only Lucy, I think the character, but we're going to see like her flashbacks of Max, flashbacks of fucking Walter's fucking character, everything. So there's going to be like multiple fucking plots going on at the same time, and you're going to be catching up with whatever the fuck is going on.
Let's keep
it going. I want to see some of these bad creatures.
That's got to be NCR, dude. It has to be.
It is.
I mean, they're running at them with an NCR flag.
Yeah.
It's gotta be.
It is them.
Yeah.
It's got to be a flashback to when they're still at war. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, they're in front of the
shady
observatory.
Yeah.
All
the scenes we've seen so far, like all the scenes we've seen so far of what's the Brotherhood? Like you know, just like with the what's the thing, the big ship. It looks like they're going on a mission, like they're gearing up, they're going.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be part of it too. Is like the part of the show is going to be them going there and having that fight. Like, that's going to be part of it.
Yeah, like the vertebrates in the sky, like they're going towards it.
Yeah. I'm saying I think we're just going to see them, infiltrating the area. I think that's going to be a big part of it.
Infiltrate, more like fucking land on it.
Yeah.
Well, the Brotherhood are very nice and they don't do anything wrong, so thankfully they're. I'm sure they'll get things straight.
They'll talk it out first if they can.
Oh, of course, obviously.
Well, that's not 100% accurate. It really depends on who's in charge. Sometimes they're diplomatic. Sometimes they're scorched earth. There's not really an in between. It's kind of like, hey, what's our go-to to take on the other power armored enemies? I don't know, big fucking robot, and then just go for
exactly.
it.
That's
just pull the trigger and go.
All right, so here's something we know about Walter Goggins' character. I don't know if anyone saw, but he was actually a movie star before the bomb dropped. So I think he's a movie star turned Vault Tech rep to kind of like, say, hey, you guys need to buy into
sponsor.
The vault. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting at.
He did an advert for him, sure, but that's just like one of his many things because he's just another actor. Of course, he's going to take the role of like fucking doing a thing to bring him on. Right. So, he might have just earned himself a slot with the ad. I'm thinking. I don't think he may have been like a proper vault rep necessarily, but I reckon he was like one of those, got himself a spot. Struggled to get in the vault. Now he's just like donned the previous characters of his fucking films or some shit. That's why he's rocking around with
Hang on. Let me find out because he probably got into a vault.
Yeah, I thought
there's another vault we see, which is we see like a shot of the bay at one point where like the fucking I'm not America, so I don't fucking know, but you see the fucking bit that's in GTA with the fucking the bay with the wheel. You actually see a vault in that shot as well.
Are you talking about the Long Beach shot?
I think so. Maybe. Yeah.
Well, he could have been in.
Are you referring to this?
That's the one. Yeah.
Oh,
in the bottom right of this.
There's a vault right there. I never noticed that.
Which is right next to the pier, and that is an actual vault. Goggins could have been put in that vault because that vault door didn't completely close. Everybody inside either died or became a ghoul, and that was by the vault.
If he was meant for that vault, he was fucked because we see him on a hill with his daughter at some point, or like picking up a little girl, which I imagine his daughter because they're dressed the same, and you see bombs going off in the background.
And he's wearing his cowboy suit. It's blue and yellow, like the
like
Vault Tech colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe he was in the middle of filming an ad for them, and then that goes off or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think he plays like a cowboy like style of movie star.
Yeah, he's a Western. He must. He's obviously a Western
superstar. Too. You know, like usually like an actor, like a washed up actor or something, become like
in order
game
to
show
study
host.
the effects of radiation on a selected population, the vault door was designed to not close properly. That was Vault 12,
right?
Which is in that area.
Yeah.
Which is
my vote, by the way.
Regardless, could have been like his intended vault, and it's just even more like he didn't make it. He thinks constantly, if I made it, my daughter would have still been alive, and then comes to find out, be like, yeah, even if you did make it, you were still fucked. Like,
yeah. Fuck knows, you could see this girl as a fucking prodigal daughter or some shit, but that's, you know, that's just foreshadowing for what I think. But yeah. Also, a vote for what would have been the worst fucking vault. I'm sure there was one vault with like a dude by himself filled with puppets.
Yeah, it's a dude literally by himself with just a box full of 100 puppets.
Yeah, they're all like mannequins or something like that. That's my vote. That's my vote. No question.
Yeah, so here we go with, they do this in pretty much every Fallout game. Like on all the shelves is all this Halloween stuff because the bomb drop.
Because it was around that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was October 27th or 25th or something like that.
29th, I think.
Something like that.
So
but yeah, it was in October. Yeah, they do that a lot in 76 and 4 and all that. It's like, look at all the Halloween stuff on set. Well, it's because that's when humanity stopped.
Still, to this day, pisses me off. It's bombs drop day, big celebration. Da, 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 da. They never do anything for it. It's like, here's the start of the thing. Oh, here's half off atoms. Buy our shit. Like, that's all they do for bombs drop event.
It's hard to see it because it clips it off.
October 23rd, by the way.
Oh, you're talking about 76?
Look at that foot. This is the foot right here.
Yeah. It's probably that other dude's foot.
What is going on?
Yeah, he might have taken it.
He took that home as a fucking trophy? What?
Keep it going. Ah, yes. Here we go. Yeah, it's definitely Los Angeles.
Yeah, he's up.
Here's
Like
this is the scene I was talking
what's
about.
What's that area? Santa Monica or whatever. What's the name of that? The rich
Hollywood.
Santa Monica is where Shady Sands is supposed to be.
Yeah. You know, like the Iron Man movies, where he's at, he's up on the hill, you know, with his house and stuff like that. That kind of looks like the same area in comparison to the city, and which would mean it'd be on the coast, which makes that other scene make sense with the Ferris wheel and stuff like that. Like, as that being the vault.
Oh, I love this scene so much.
Trying to run to it.
Yes. Okay, now we're talking. The Yaogwai.
The Yaogwai looks good.
Now in the games, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it a little more irradiated? It wasn't like.
Well, there's multiple types. Like
there's another one a little bit looks better. There's another shot of him that looks a little better.
Yeah,
you're thinking like Fallout 76 and Fallout 4, right? Which are like black bears,
something like that.
So they're a different type. That's more of a grizzly.
Something, right?
We also, of course, we needed this fucking like, oh, which stormtrooper do we need to follow? Big fucking scratch mark on his armor.
Yeah.
So we see a beautiful shot later on.
Reminiscent of the Fallout 3 Yaogwais than it is like the New Vegas or the 76.
Right.
So there's a shot of power armor storming down a vault corridor, which we know is going to be him because he's got that scratch mark too. So we know he's going to enter that vault later on at some point too. Maybe he's going to enter her vault.
Anybody see the 3 figures that they posted on Bethesda Gear with all 3 of the main characters?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm too broke though.
Oh, me too. I'm just saying, did anybody see them?
Yeah. They look mean.
That's as close as we're ever gonna get.
I can't say anything. I may or may not have.
Not surprised.
Got anytime power.
Go back to that shot. What was
I was trying to. It's
anytime I'm judging, I'm only jealous.
Every time someone walks in power armor is just so hulking, dude. It's so sick. It's just like
which is intended.
Awesome. Yeah.
Also, here's the funny part. That dude has a grin on his face. I would be shitting my pants if he was coming at me like that.
He's a ghoul. He's probably ready to die.
It looks like he's aiming a gun.
I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, he's.
He was just shooting him a second ago.
Yeah.
Power armor in this game does seem to hold its fucking worth. In this show, does seem to hold its worth because you even see with the NCR fight, somebody's going full auto at a motherfucker, and he still grips him and puts him through a fucking bench.
Yeah.
Like every time you see power armor, they're never shooting. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They're just melee only.
Be like,
Granted, it's only been like 12 seconds. That was
like, yes, but your 1,000 use small arms. I'm not worried.
Right. This fucking fucked up
Bro.
rubber-looking gulper looks stupid to me. This is where I say it looks like a fucking YouTube
Flesh
channel
color,
production.
bro. Why is
Yeah,
it gotta
it
be
looks-
pink?
This?
It looks like a gulper, but it also looks like an axolotl.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah,
It
with
definitely looks
dildos
like
in its fucking mouth.
Well, have you ever seen the inside of
No.
an axolotl's mouth? Like, it's just a bunch of like weird little hair things that they use to eat the krill.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but gulpers have teeth, do they not?
No,
What is this?
they gum things down. Like that looks like a mix between a gulper and an axolotl. Like I have no idea what the hell it is.
It looks cursed.
It does.
Hey, it's our boy. It's the main character of the show.
That dude's gonna get gummed to death. Like,
Dog meat.
Oh, he's gonna get fingered to death because he's got fingers in there. That's what's inside is in his mouth is fingers. They show like the ends, fingernails and stuff. You see like the bends and joints. Dog meat every time, 100%. If there's no dog, like, and I'm due to boycott this fucking show. There's a moment in that fucking fight where you see dog meat on the floor with a bullet shot.
Bro, I know.
Telling you now, careful.
if they kill the dog, they're gonna have a problem. Like that
Boycott.
will cause an entire fan base to riot.
Don't worry. In Fallout 3, he just respawns.
But it's only if you got the perk.
Yeah,
You gotta have the puppy's
Yeah,
perk.
you gotta have the perk.
You gotta have the puppy's perk.
Oh man, I wonder if they're gonna address any perks in the show or something. You know what I mean? I doubt it, but you know, if they
The
have
only
a
one that they
reference
may
to it, that'd
address
be-
is some dude has like a hand coming out of his stomach, like the third limb one or whatever.
I just want some guy in a trench coat and a hat to just like shoot someone real quick, and then they disappear, and then all you hear is
they gotta have an Easter egg.
you know, the
They've gotta
whole
have
mysterious
something.
stranger thing. That would be hilarious.
Plot twist. What's his name? Goggins is the mysterious stranger.
Yeah, plot twist, right? It's
I want
the-
to see fucking what's the ripoff, the Conan the Barbarian ripoff that they have in there?
Oh, Grognak?
Grognak the
Or
Barbarian.
Grognak,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see something like that. Somebody running around in a fucking suit like that with a battle axe, just storming past the screen.
Silver
Yeah.
shroud, shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with his
It's
Tommy
the
gun,
guy-
his silver
it's
Tommy
the
gun.
guy from the vault with the puppets. That's all he had to look at for forever. You know?
Comic books.
That'd be fun.
He
If she just
becomes the character.
finds an open vault with a puppet leaning out of it, or a mannequin lying on the floor on the door, I'm done.
I
Episode off.
want a small little joke of somebody picking up, like, you know, the bobbleheads.
Right.
It's just like the school bobblehead where it's got like the graduation hat on, and he picks it up and he's just like, for some reason, I feel smarter. I just want that like small little like tidbit of
Or something.
Or be like,
bobblehead.
pick it
you
up
gave
and
it.
I'm
One of
like-
them.
Yeah, I pick it up and I'm like, I have an idea. You know, something like that.
I just want like a scene where it's like someone's looking through their sight and they're like, I can't quite see, like, what, my sight sucks really bad, and then someone's like, here, take this other sight, it's way better, and then they look down sights and just go 16 times the detail. Wouldn't that be perfect? All right, let's keep this going.
Your gun fucking sucks. No, it just works.
Bruh. Who is this? Okay, I was looking for the Brotherhood.
I'm assuming
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
from,
it is
like,
Brotherhood. Yeah, I can see it right
It's gotta
there.
be.
I'm assuming that. Yeah, that's gonna be from probably the Yagwai scene.
Yeah,
What is happening?
yeah, that's that dude. Moses.
That's that dude with his face in there.
Okay.
There he is. That's the fucker that I thought could be the head.
Oh yeah, true. Yep, that's him.
This guy, because he's injecting that shit into the side of his like fucking neck. So I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, please tell me that's like FEV.
This shot leaked all over the internet. I mean, all over the
That's why
internet.
It looks so good
Yeah.
though too.
Yeah, it does look good. I'll give it
I mean,
to him.
it's a
'Cause you
good
s-
use of a fucking old Kmart.
Yeah. The
you see him on a certain shot. He's sitting in a chair playing with a vial as well. So maybe that's got, because I feel like that head is a quest item
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
she's
right.
carrying.
this leaked everywhere, but it looks so good. I think they filmed this one in New York. I think that's what it was. So obviously they've digitally gotten rid of that sky and put in Los Angeles.
Yeah, they filmed all over the fucking place. I was shocked.
Yeah, they really did, didn't they?
Mhm. They went out to freaking Utah Salt Flats for some of it. Filming out there. Oh yeah, desert.
Yeah, just a little bit, right?
It does emphasize that she seems to bite off more than she can chew when she's like exploring it.
Is it rat? What is it? What is he taking?
That's probably freaking Med-X, which would be the game's equivalent of like morphine.
Right.
Because I mean, he's like, oh yeah.
But then, then why is he sitting there before with the fucking comment, it's a small drop in a big bucket of drugs? So what is it? What do you need?
I don't know.
Hell if I know. I mean, he's probably just built up a tolerance. For all we know, we're watching. That's the third one he's down.
But that's why, because he's not supposed to be special, right? Ghouls were resistant to some shit, right? Well, I mean, I know obviously radiation.
They're resistant to disease and radiation, but
not drugs so much. So what's his specialty?
No clue. We'll find out.
He doesn't look as ghoulified as some of the others. Apparently, they're going to explain why too. Like, actually, there's an in-story reason on why he's not as ghoulified as some of the others.
No idea where the shot takes place at all, but I guess we'll find out. It's probably this actually, because look at his outfit and look at
that outfit is on point too. Like that looks real fucking good.
Didn't this confirm? Yeah, he's wearing the same outfit right there.
Yeah, so that's the Brotherhood.
No, it's
that's the one that they used to get in and out of the power armor.
In like that for 4. That looks it's again 1 for 1. It looks great. That shot with them two standing beside each other.
Think of it in Fallout 4. It was bright orange. It was the suit that Danson and everything always wore to get in and out of power armor. That was like the normal suit. They just changed the color.
Right.
That's it. That's.
Someone took
and
a
obviously
picture
he needs to lose it at some point.
A while
so.
back, but I it's not in this photo dump. But
which one?
There's a sign right here, and someone took a picture of it a while back, but it's not in this photo
it's
dump.
Hawthorne.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that's what I thought
it was.
It's
up a little bit further because you can see the Vault-Tec symbol with an H in the middle for Hawthorne Pharmaceuticals or something like that, which is apparently an affiliate of Vault-Tec, which is probably where they got all the drugs and shit. Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
Hawthorne Medical Laboratories.
Yeah.
A subsidiary of the Vault-Tec Corporation.
And there was another picture. I don't know if it's in this. I'm trying to find it really quick.
It was the gas station.
There was one with a dude holding like a laser pistol or something. And he had the Enclave.
Oh, yeah. I know which one you're talking about. He kind of looks Enclave-like.
Yeah. But, anyways, let's keep watching this.
Everyone wants to save the world.
Oh, so cool.
Either way, it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
I guess it's where the nuke just dropped. Why have we had giant craters in game, like saying, hey, this is where the nuke actually fell, I
mean, they did.
Am I stupid?
Yeah. The glowing sea is literally just a crater.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, I am stupid.
Not even just that. When you're just not far from Diamond City, there's that big fuck off crater in the ground on 4.
Oh, maybe I'm stupid. It's been a minute.
And then, of course, the crater that Megaton is built in. The bomb didn't detonate, but it's still a crater.
Megaton.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what she's squishing here.
But yeah, they do have examples.
Red Ridge.
Look at this.
Oh, look at the 10mm pistol.
And that's another thing. She's upgraded from the fucking syringe now. She needs to equip herself more. She knows the world's fucked.
The power armor's T-posed when you get out of it.
Yeah, I noticed.
But this point, she's much more further on in the story because she can see she's got like she's got it around her waist now and her vault suit. She's got like the fucking tank top outfit. Like she goes through stages of outfits. Like she's got one where she's like
it's too hot outside, so she just starts slipping it off a little bit.
That too.
Yeah, because you can see by the end she's just got like a
leather knee pad on it.
We're gonna have a master. We're gonna have a Master Cheeks moment.
Oh no. All right, here's the scene. This is the scene. Every time I watch it, I'm just like, dude. Yeah, woo! I don't know. It just looks so good.
There she is.
We've got people going blind.
So disagree on.
Well, that's see her with a fork in her eye.
Right.
With a machine gun.
That's Shady Sands. That's the sign. I'm pretty sure that we saw at the beginning. I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Bothers me. They gotta explain it. That's all I'm asking. I don't care about anything else. Just give me an explanation. I'll even take it if it's shitty. Just give one.
Explain. Ow. Oh god.
Yeah.
While explosions are going on in the fucking hologram in the background too.
Oh yeah. I didn't even.
It's got to be part of the vault experiment. Whatever it is, it has to be.
And just dog meat just being like the best boy ever. Oh, don't look at what dog meat. He's a good boy. Right now, is that a scientist? What's going on here? That was, man, that happened so quick.
I mean, they don't want to give too much away. It's just the trailer.
Yeah, but look, it's snowy.
Try to slow down. If you go into the settings, you can slow down the.
You already turned it down to like a quarter.
Oh fuck.
Well, I did a second ago, but yeah, why is it snowy? We in Anchorage?
It's probably ash. It's probably not snow.
I don't know. Maybe.
She does explore a lot.
Because I mean,
nuclear.
It becomes powder. It's got to be ash. It's not going to be snow.
Something.
We're also seeing this from like many characters' different angles and many different like, you know what I mean? We're seeing it from his, we're seeing it from hers, we're seeing it from Max's. So we're going to see a lot of different places.
Right.
But see, there's greenery there.
Yeah, true. And that looks kind of inner city.
It's inside the city, yeah.
Yeah.
But the Gek wasn't used inside the city. It was used on the outskirts because they never figured that they could salvage the city.
Right.
Hurry on.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. By this point, she's like, screw the suit. You know what I mean? She's like, I'm going in, and she's got that leather armor. She's level 1. Just got out the vault.
Yeah, exactly.
I do love how it's not like professionally made either. Like it just looks like leather strips that are cut, like on the shoulder.
Yeah.
There's no like stitching or anything like that. It's like we just need to make this fucking work.
Right.
They did similarly with the Brotherhood as well. Not Brotherhood, the NCR as well. You've got just thrown on pieces of armor that some of them don't necessarily have like full bits of armor when you see the NCR fight earlier. So it's like it's realistic to what you see in the games as well. They've only got like one shoulder piece, a bit of a leather, bit bits, but not the full thing. They only have to share between.
It's like you get what you get when you find it. Yeah.
There's not an abundance of armor, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. Yeah, well, that's it, man. That's the trailer. It looks so good. And then we get one little wink here.
What is it, April 11th?
Yeah, I think it's April 11th.
Yes.
12th. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, man, every time I watch that, man, it looks so good. I'm so stoked. We've got only just a couple weeks until it comes out.
Yeah, as far as the trailer goes, the visuals definitely look perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like it all looks good.
Yeah.
What's really gonna be hung up on is like the actual story and like what the main characters kind of what they're trying to accomplish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like anything backstory was gonna be good because obviously it's gonna explain how it happened, right?
Yeah.
So like that's all gonna be
as long as they don't do
what
they did in the Rings of Power and like Dark Elf something, I'm fine with.
Yeah.
Dude,
I just
want Nuka Break 2, bro. Just give me Nuka Break 2. And now it's been years since I've seen it. I couldn't remember the exact storyline, but it was just such a good fan-made series that if they embody that, you know what I'm saying, and then I think they can keep us around to watch this series.
Did you ever watch Red Star?
No, I did not. No.
Yeah, visually better, story not as good.
Yeah, we got a CG budget going.
Yeah,
finally.
It wasn't even a CG budget. Like they made a full suit of armor, like
right?
T-45 or something like that, and it was so good.
Well, that's the Fallout trailer. Is there anything else we wanted to talk about?
I mean, in the notes, you've got Fallout 2 confirmed. I'm trying to figure out where your brain is going with that shit.
Yeah, it's Fallout 2 confirmed, or New Vegas 2 confirmed.
Oh, you mean like timeline wise?
No, he specifically put in the notes New Vegas 2 confirmed, and I'm like, okay, I need to hear this because I don't believe you.
What, like continuing on from New Vegas story?
No, it's literally a meme, bro. I just made a joke.
Okay. I didn't know the third super.
I mean, all the episodes drop same day too, which I was shocked to hear.
A little unfortunate.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy
because I feel like I'm gonna have to stay up and watch it all in one day.
Impulse control.
And plus,
man,
it just doesn't seem profitable to do that. I mean, Netflix doesn't, and then they turn around and complain that they don't have subscribers. Well, I mean, you put the entire series out one day. They're going to subscribe, watch it once, and leave. You know?
Yeah.
I wonder if Amazon's caring about that. Most people already have Prime and shit, so I'm not thinking that they're doing that. I'm thinking that they're going to have a huge freaking merch pull, or if they come out with like
the coffee,
an announcement,
all the T-shirts, those statues you were talking about, all that's handled. That's all through Amazon.
So, the Jones Soda is being distributed through Amazon distribution. So they're not planning on making money off the show. They're planning on making money off the merch.
I found it kind of funny that half the stuff on the Amazon Fallout show webpage that they have set up, half of it's not even Prime. It's just like the coffee had to come just regular snail mail. No UPS, no 2-day shipping. But it is what it is.
That reminds me.
So,
questions, we predictions. May have to wrap up here pretty quickly because I may get cut out here in a minute. I'm hearing a huge storm, but
strange.
But, we got one coming up too.
Before we go, then, what are your predictions? Why is she leaving the vault? What is your final
Whatever the experiment that's going on is causing people to go fucking crazy.
I think she finds out the truth.
Find help or something, or a cure. Like they find it in one of the Vault Tech computers being like, if you go get the serum from Hawthorne or whatever the story is, as well as I do. They're trying to keep it like a Fallout game. They're going to give a story on why she leaves, but then it's going to derail because you get sidetracked doing everything else.
Well, here's my theory. I think that her dad is the overseer, correct? So I think maybe her dad is like, yo, there's going to be something crazy that goes down in this vault, and I need you to leave and go get X, Y, or Z, or find help, or go somewhere else because something bad is about to happen.
It's a revolt.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think her dad's going to try and push her out pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, or him being the overseer, finds out something or learns some kind of knowledge, or say there is an experiment going on that's messed up,
it
and
could be you've got to sacrifice somebody on a wedding or whatever, and they find out she's next, so he tries to push her out, and then
she drew the short straw.
They all go nuts.
Yeah, they go crazy because the cult ritual or whatever is broken. It's like they're not following the rule book because he sent her away instead of following protocol. I think that's going to be kind of what it surrounds. That or they discover the truth behind what they're doing, kind of thing.
Right.
And it's like, you're doing it for the greater good, for all mankind, kind of stuff, right? And then turns out that it's completely pointless, and it's just they're just running a sim the whole time. And then as long as it keeps the peace, right? It keeps the peace until it's his daughter, right? And then he says, okay, I love you too much. You have to escape. We have to get you out of here because this is going to happen to you. And it's all a scam. It's a show.
Yeah, that's kind of pretty much what I was thinking too. Yeah.
I'm waiting on some type of teaser about what they're going to do for the next Fallout game. Just because they've done it in every one of the games themselves.
You're going to be waiting.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm talking teaser story wise. Think of Fallout 3. They had discussions of the Institute.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Rivet City, they had the Institute conversations, and then we went to Boston. Well, in Boston, they had conversations about Appalachia, and then we got 76, and in that interview that we all watched, they're talking about you can do this, but don't touch this because we're doing that in the next one. You can insinuate at it, but don't bring up any details on it.
Well, the whole comments they made about it being Fallout 5 was very.
They backstepped that too. They backstepped and be like, it's in the same universe, but we can't get anywhere close to calling it the next entry.
Yeah, because they're like, it's like we are the next game, and it's like, I'll watch the show first and then we'll chat.
Yeah, and we're like, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, I think that was a pretty good little first episode. Is there anything else we want to talk about before we wrap up?
No, that's good. Fuck it.
No, I think it's a good
roll on
good
the
first
episode 1.
Well, I'm hoping if everybody enjoyed this, they'll enjoy the tabletops we've come out with. I mean, we're in the process of running a D&D one right now. Those episodes probably won't be out for quite a while.
Yeah.
We've got Red and Fallout still, right?
Yeah, it's still in production, or still being
it's still quite
edited.
a bit, but tune in for those.
Literally like 27 hours of footage each that I have to process. So, but cool, guys. Great episode so far. I'm going to wrap us up.
Woo!
All right. Ladies and gentlemen,
Tune
thank you
in
for
next
joining
time.
us. Thanks for joining us on our first episode of the Atom Cast. Let's wave everyone out, guys. Goodbye.
Goodbye.